Yesterday, we started discussing about abstract classes, and we have recollected some of the abstract features which we have discussed in Java, right? So, similarly, in Scala also we have something called abstraction. So, abstraction is hiding unnecessary details, like hiding an implementation details and provide the only functionality. That is the purpose of abstraction. That is the main use of the abstraction, but that is the definition of the abstraction. But when it comes to the programming, come to the programming, when to use an abstraction, when come to the programming, when to use an abstract classes, when to use, any idea, guys? When should I go with abstract classes? Is there a specific scenario where I want to go and use the abstract classes, or I can directly go with the normal classes? When we should use the abstract classes? What are the scenarios you'll go? Okay, so normally in Java, we'll create abstract classes as a parent classes where you want the common functionality in the child classes, right? I want, let's say, animal. So animal has the base functionalities like eat, walk, run, making sound. These are all the common with all the animals, like a dog, a cat, whatever the animal you take. These are all the common. So the common behavior, what we will do, we'll put into abstraction. But in the child class, the behavior is different based on their category. So cat will sounds differently. Cat will eat or walk differently, and your dog, it has its own behavior differently. Such kinds of scenarios we will go with the abstraction, right? Yes or no, guys? So when we have a such kind of behaviors, when we have a such kind of behaviors, so we will keep that behaviors into abstract class. We will keep that behaviors into abstract class. Then the implementation will provide the based on the subclass, or I can say based on the specific to the each class. Correct? But when it comes to the Scala, there are two reasons where we use abstract classes. There are two reasons or two places where we will use the abstract classes. One is when you want to create a base class, as we discussed, and uh, I can say that class method or that class is required a constructor arguments. Let's say I'm passing some. Let me explain in this way. So I have an abstract class. Let me have an abstract class animal, and my animal has. I mean, you can have a different properties, name, and you can have type, number of legs, whatever you want. Okay, and you have here you have here default behavior which will be implemented in the subclasses. Default behaviors like the way it eat, the way it walk or run, the way it makes sounds, and so on. So these are the default behaviors based on the what animal it is, what animal is extending this animal class. Let's say if it is a cat, it's a different behavior. It's a way it leads differently, it runs differently, it makes sounds differently. If I take a dog, these behaviors are different. This behavior is different, and its eat is different. The way it run is different. The way it make sound is different, right? So such kind of implementation we want in the base classes for the class specific, but the behavior is same. The behaviors are same, but each class has their own way of doing it. We will keep them into abstract class. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear? Yeah. So such kind of behaviors will keep not only behaviors. You can keep also attributes or recall properties. You can keep it in a abstract classes. Then we'll start make use them into the child class. We'll start make use them into the child class, right? So how we will write this type of abstract classes in Scala. So we know that we have written so many things in Java, and we have extended and we have done so many things. But how we can do that the same thing in Java? Let's have a look here. I'm going to show you a simple example. The same, you can take the same example. You can take the same example here. Let's create a let's create a simple Java class, and we will do. Let's make use of the Eclipse. It's not clicking. Yeah, let's start create different package for that. Okay, let me create instead of class. Let me create an object. Abstract demo. Look at here. I'll be writing some abstract classes and how we will make them easier. Abstract animal class animal. Abstract class animal. And if you want to have any, if your parent class must and shouldly have some parameters, then we can go with the then you can make use of the abstract classes. So your parent class must have some constructor. Such kind of cases also we can go with the abstraction. Let's say name. Let's say type of animal type. Let's say animal type string. Then you can start have your own functionalities here. So here, um, you can have like you can also define like this. You can also define like this, or If you don't have any arguments, you can define like this also. It's really no problem. It allows you. Or since we came from the Java background, what we will do, it will make a habit of writing a methods with the parenthesis, right? So you can write like this, or you can leave like this also. It is obviously fine with the Scala. Next, it's also fine with this. Not only this, you can also have a val and variables and vals in this. Let's have that in a little discussion later. Let's see with the abstract methods. So as we discussed yesterday, a method does not have any definition. If a method does not have any definition, that methods will call methods will call abstract methods. In Java, if you want to declare an abstract methods, you have to declare abstract keyword in front of the method. So in front of the method like this, we have to define abstract like this. We have to define abstract like this. But since when it comes to Scala, if you declare any methods inside the abstract, by default they are abstract if that does not have any body. If any method does not have a body, by default that method will be treated as abstract method. That method treated as a abstract method. You really no need to specify the abstract keyword. Look at here. Abstract module can be used only for the classes. It should be omitted from the methods members. So it's really not required. They can understand easily. So if any method does not have a body, if any method does not have a definition, so that by default it can understand, okay, it is an abstract method, so I no need to we really no need to provide explicitly abstract. That's where your Scala no reduces the number of lines of the code. Now let's look at here class dog, where the dog will have a name and type, and here it should not say dog type string which extends, here also same, which extends animal with the name comma type, animal type, name comma animal type.
Dog type bira. Dog type.
We are moving to dog type, yes, from the animal to dog type. So here, so you can have a body for your methods. So what are the methods we have defined in the above? We can have those definitions here. You can write the way it is different. You can provide your body. Let's say println, println, what it is dog eating. You can just say one of the simple methods like run println specify that. Excellent. Println here is a bobo. So you can have a similar way class cat, which also has a name, just a cat type, Actions animal. So you can implement same again here. So let's say I'm not going to provide a body for one of the method here. I'm not going to provide a body for one of the method here. So if you guys remember the same behavior in even in Java. So if you didn't provide any body for, if you didn't provide a body for one of the abstract methods, all abstract methods in the abstract class, in the base class, so that complies that either the base class should be abstract or you have to provide a body for it. Correct? Either you have to provide a body for this all the abstract methods in the base subclass, or you have to make that class as an abstract class. So class cat need to be abstract since method make sound is class animal type. I mean something. It's not returning anything. No? That's what it's returning here, right? So it is telling that either you have to override that or you can make your class as a abstract class. Go to your abstract class here. You can make a main method and you can create val dog equal to, you can say new dog, by passing two parameters. One is the name of the dog, you can say Tommy. Type of the dog, I really don't know what are the types of the dogs. You can say some X type. So the all the methods will be available here. All these three methods will be available. Makes sense. And you can also create a similar way to cat as well. Val cat equal to new cat. You can provide some name for it, and you can give some type of the cat. So here we go with the rest of three methods. Here we need to change the content of that. So dog, I have to say cat. So I would like I would request you to please do parallel along with me. Overall, not from, you can take, you can do that. Let's go ahead and compile this. You can see, so the dog and the sound it makes is this. Please guys quickly do it along with me. Quickly finish it off. So whatever the methods you have declared without any body in the abstract classes, they will be treated as a abstract methods. So they will be treated as an abstract methods. Okay. So if you want, you can also have a variables here. You can also have a variables. You can say you can have any like number of legs, number of ears, or something. Anything you can have there. Quickly, guys. Quickly finished off. It's the same as your Java. It's really not different from Java in this case. And also your abstract methods also abstract classes also can have any non-abstract methods. I can say concrete methods. I can say concrete methods. You can have a concrete methods here. You can have like this. You can have just a println here. Not only abstract methods, it also can contain the concrete methods. You can also call that method whenever you want. So concrete methods are really not required to implement in the concrete methods are not really required to implement in the base class. And also if you observe, animal is a abstract class, still I have passed a constructor. Still I have taken as a constructor. If you guys remember, even in Java also, we have discussed an abstract class can have a constructor. An abstract class can have a constructor. Then what is the purpose of it? The child class can call it. Child class can call it by using super keyword there. By using super keyword there. Right? Here also we're actually calling a in the child class we're actually calling a parent class constructor. So can I have a auxiliary constructor in this? Can I have a auxiliary constructor in this? Yes. Try this. You can have a auxiliary constructor here, or you can have only one, and you pass that name here, and you say it's animal. And let's say I will create one more class here, one more class here. Take any animal. Extends. Now I really not required to pass two parameters. I can pass only one parameter. I really no need to pass two parameters since I'm calling single parameter, which is auxiliary method in the my parent class. Auxiliary method in the parent class. Auxiliary method in the parent class. Please guys, quickly finish this. Quickly finish this. So you can have all. If you guys observe here, it is I didn't provide any of the parameters here. It started complaining that you have to provide the body for all of this. You have to provide a body for all of this. Let's look at here. These are these can be placeholders. These are like placeholders. The question marks what we see as a placeholders, where you can write your println statement, or you can do like this. Where you can implement that. You can provide a body for that. You can provide a body for that. You can provide a body for them. So you try to observe here, these are the methods which are declared in the parent class, and I'm started overriding them here, right? So I'm started overriding here. So you can also use here when you're overriding a method from the parent class, you can use the override keyword or override annotation. You can use the override keyword, or you can use the override annotation. Override, override can make use of the keyword like a override. See, since I am using override keyword here, so you can make use of this, all the method definitions. Override keyword, override keyword. Okay, so if you guys remember in Java classes, we have done a couple of examples for the same abstract classes. You try to convert those abstract classes into Scala abstract classes. I think we have discussed about the bank application there with the rate of interest is different kind of rate of interest, right? So if you can convert that into a Scala, and if you try to convert into Scala, I can say there we have a rate of interest. SBI Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI, Yes Bank, Citibank. We have seen different banks, and each bank's rate of interest we have seen. Some of them are 5, 6, 4, right? And that depends on the bank. They are returning the values. Here also, the common behavior, specific rate of interest for each bank. So we are returning there. Each bank's specific rate of interest. Each bank's specific rate of interest. What we have done, uh, we have written the value. But here these methods are not returning anything. That's the reason it is. You see, it is showing a unit. It is not returning anything. It is not showing anything. So you really no need to specify that, but you can also specify that what is the written type of them. So here these are not really not specifying anything. Suppose if you want to return anything, let's look at now. I'm trying to make returning something. Look at here what it is telling. Type mismatch. Your parent class does not have any return type. Your parent class method does not have any return type. I'm trying to do here a return type. Will it be possible in will it be possible in Java? Either Java, it's also not possible in Java, right? The only thing you can change there is a access modifier. Access modifier you can change. Access modifier you can change. Let's say if you have a protected in the parent class, you can make a public in the child class. It means you can widen the space. The accessibility you can give widen. Let's say in the parent class, if you have a protected, in the child class you can give as a public. You can increase. I mean, you can give the more accessibility. You cannot what you say, you cannot narrow the access space. The public in the parent class, in the child class you cannot make it as a protected. In the child class you cannot make it as a protected, right? So let's see, these are the methods we have seen. So how to override Variables are the same. You have to make use of the override keyword it. So you also make use of the override keyword in front of your the variables. So if you guys remember, we had a talk sometime before. Can we override a variable? Can we override a variable? We have a two type of variables, right? One is a val and one is a var. Look at here. Let's take a var. What we will take here? Var animal ID. Let's take ID. Let's take an ID. And you can also assign the default values, guys. You can also assign the default values, or you can also assign some default values, or you can also no need to specify that. Let's say val uh, ID price or rate, or yep, you can say rate. Now come to your chain class doc var ID int let's say 20. Now in the main method doc dot ID. So what is the ID it will gives you? What is the ID it will give you? What is the answer for the doc dot ID? Either the parent class has one, will it give one, or will it give 1 or 20? What is the answer for this?
20.
It will give 20. Okay. Control F11. Save it. What it is telling?
So it's not supporting our variable override.
It's not support variable override. Right? Let's try with the override keyword here. Let's try with the override keyword. Still, no, it's not supported. It's not supported. What does it mean? The var, the var type of fields cannot be overridden. The val type of fields cannot be overridden. Okay. Now it's a different, right? ID1 is different. So now try with the val. Let's try with the val. Okay, now try here. Now try, look at here. 20,000. 20,000. The ID1 is it's calling a parent class. Okay, here it's calling a parent class. It's not actually overridden. It's calling a parent class instance. I can say uh, instance variable, or you can say a var type of variables. Is this clear to everyone? Any doubt till here about the abstract classes? About the abstract classes? Any doubt? So I hope everyone understand the purpose of the abstract classes.
Vira,
Yeah.
so why we can't like this used here?
Where? I didn't get you.
Where I mean to say, like in object, this abstract demo, where like generally we can reassign. So here, why we can't override?
Where?
Yeah,
So
like
where?
one you assign class, and then after in the subclass dog, you are trying to override with 20. So we should yeah, like easily we can override, right?
Okay. So since var type of variables, variable type of fields. So when you declare a, I can say the Scala is not supporting you to override the variable type of elements. So since it is a okay, your question is that why var is not supporting.
Yeah, because generally like a where is reassigned and where is not reassigned. So on
Okay,
that perspective, I'm thinking just reverse here.
so what you can do here, you can reassign the var. Okay, you can reassign, but you cannot redeclare. What you're trying to
Yeah.
do, what I'm trying to do in the doc, you don't, you reassign the var, your ID. Reassignment is allowed.
Okay.
Redeclaration is not allowed. I mean, overridence is not allowed.
My question is why? For rate means for val variable, it's allowing, and for where it's not allowing. Why this kind of behavior?
Okay, so question is why? Okay, even I am not sure why variable is not allowed. Why? Let me think on this. Since it is a changeable, reassign. Since it is a reassignable val, right? This is a variable. The value can be reassigned. So really, why we need to again declare and assign the value? Anyway, you are able to change the value. Anyway, you are able to change the value since it is a variable type. So why do you need to reassign? Why do you need to redeclare? You got my point. Since it is a var,
Yeah, I got my, yeah.
anyway you can reassign the things. Why you want to declare?
Okay.
So Scala is telling that. I mean, Scala is internally saying that you really not required to re-declare it. So make use of directly assign the value. So if you see the output of this, when I say dog.id, it is giving you 200. It means which is the value you are using inside the class, dog class. Look at your line number 26.
Okay.
I have changed to 200. It's giving me 200. So it is ideally it's giving you like a overridden behavior only, right?
Yes. Yes.
But if I go with the val, I cannot reassign the val here. If I go with the rate, let's say let me rename this rate as rate 1. Okay, since I cannot have it. So let's say rate 2, rate, cannot say this. I cannot
Yeah.
reassign
Yeah.
this. Since I'm not able to reassign it, you declare it and overwrite. That's the only simple reason. So there is no, I think, specific reason for it.
Yeah, Virat.
Got it, Sudhir?
By, yeah, got it. By the way, this purpose can be done using reassign itself. So why will go for override?
Exactly, exactly. The variable type of you can serve the purpose by using reassign. Clear? That's the reason we are overriding it. Okay. So now, guys, tell me what is the use of abstract classes? What is the type of abstract classes?
Yeah, when we need a common behavior for all the classes, so we
Yes.
can keep in our parent class, and the same common behavior we can utilize in our all the subclasses,
Yes.
like this eat, turn, make sound. So similar we have a example in bank example. So like in bank, RBI like rate of interest. So similar we can achieve using our subclass like all the bank.
Correct. Now look at here, I'm going to declare one more variable. I mean, so in a single class one, I'm showing a different behaviors, overriding the fields, overriding the methods and all. So if you guys want, you can have a separate programs for each. So here, let's say val h. Let's say I'm taking 0 initially. Now, as if you guys remember, I said in the in if you guys remember, see here, overriding a value age in class animal type int method age is overridden modifier. Let's say override. Let's say override. Still, you have you have declare as a variable in the top. I mean the parent class. We're trying to we're trying to consider it as a variable. Overriding a value age in the class animal type of int method age needs to be stable or immutable val. So here it is a val type, and here I'm trying to make it as a definition. So if you remember, Scala, everything is an object. Yes or no? Even the function also an object in the Scala. Even functions also object in the Scala. Right? If you guys remember in higher order functions, we have seen it. And I have defined something like
Equal to.
what happened?
Parameter type change here.
The type is not
Yeah, A colon int and B colon int.
it is not required.
Hmm.
What happened to this? Why? Mismatch. Both are not returning integer. Okay. Int and int. This is also an int only. What is the mistake in this?
And Theta is the same like the curly bracket or normal.
functions. We don't have functions here. How declare anonymous functions, right? Same thing only we're doing. Same thing only we're doing, right? Why it is giving error? Let's remove this.
What is it?
Yeah, by default it is taking. Now here, x dot. Look at here. Your x is a function. Let me show that. Pass 10 comma 20. It is a x is a function now, but still I'm able to do x dot. X dot. It means if I'm started using the periodic operator, since I'm using the periodic operator in the x, even though it is a function, it is treating as an object. This x is treating as an object. So as we discussed earlier in the Scala, even though your variables, even though your functions are, even though your functions are methods are an objects, right? Right. Here, same way. Here, if I declare, so whether it is a function or a val, it is a val. It's an object, right? But I'm trying to convert into a function here. It will not be supported. You guys understand the problem which I'm trying to show here? I have declared a variable, which I have declared a variable. Can I try it as a function? I mean, since it is a, even though each and everything is an object, Scala, even though functions are also an objects, can I try it in that way? It's really not allowed that. Are you guys able to understand what I'm trying to show here? So some disturbance is coming, so I'm keeping it on mute. So it will not be allowed. It's not allowed. Okay. So this is one I want to show. Okay. That's it about abstract classes. Do you have any doubts about abstract classes? Any doubts about the abstract classes?
Veera,
Yeah, Bihas.
what is the difference between Java abstract classes and Scala? There is absolutely no difference, right? Apart from this variable override.
No, same as abstract, same as your Java abstract only.
Okay.
Same as how you have you can also have definitions in our abstract classes in Java. You can also have a concrete methods here like this, and you can also have a constructor there. You can also have a constructor here. You can also have a private, or you can also have a private here. The only difference is here you have a var, which cannot be var fields, which cannot be override here. But in Java, you cannot at all override any of the fields. In Java abstract classes, you cannot override the fields, but here you can override. Understand? Because in Java fields, you cannot override. Instance variables, whatever the instance variables are there in
Correct.
Java, you cannot override them. But when it comes to
So
Scala,
there is no, yeah, there is no variable override concept, right? Here this is there.
yeah, here we have something called override. Okay, so let's look at one more difference. I'm defining here a method. Let's say greeting every day, greeting, which returns a string, here. Now it's a method, right? It's a method which is actually returning a something, right? Which is abstract method, Let's look at here. Go to doc class. I'll say val greeting. And which returns a string. Good morning. Let's say some good morning or something, whatever it is. So here greeting is a greeting is a object type, or I mean it's a variable or a method now.
Yeah, it's a variable.
It's a variable, but it's actually what we are doing. We're overriding as a method. Let's say here I have a def greeting, which is a function, but I have not. See, if we consider as a variable here, if I consider as a variable here, it's showing that some of them are not unimplemented greeting. Okay, now, yeah, other, if you declare as a, if you treat it as a variable and the variable is not overridden in the below classes, this variable greeting is not overridden in the below classes, but actually here it's a function. The greeting is a function here. That function, I can say method. That method, you can do like this. You can do like this. You can say dog greeting, or dog says good morning, or something, whatever you call. If I override this in other methods like cat, no error. For this XYZ also I need to specify that. No error. No, there is no error. So I can directly object dot dog dot greet. Semicolon is not mandatory. You can have a second. Cat dot greeting. Compile it. Why it is not printing? Why it is not printing? It is a method, no? Method call should print, right? It is returning a val. It is returning a value. The value has to be written into the return. It is returning a value. That value has to be printed by using this. Now it will print. Now it will print. It will see. Still it is saying it's not compiled. It's a, oh, I didn't do in a cat. I did in XYZ. I could say this XYZ. Now dog and cat. So that's it. That is about abstract classes, guys. So tomorrow we'll see the traits. Traits are like interfaces in Java. Let me give a simple background of it. But in the traits, as I told you before, it's more than interfaces, and where you can the traits can be. It's not like a parent-child relation in the traits. In the traits, it can be parent-child relation. As I told you, you can extend an interface in a Scala. You can use extend keywords for the interface in Scala, but when it comes to Java, we have to make use of only implements. In the traits here, not only parent-child relation, here it is like it's kind of side-by-side classes, a side-by-side thing. Let's say I have a dog, I have a cat, I have another element, XYZ. Here, my trait, a method can be passed from the dog to cat, from the cat to dog, or from the cat to some XYZ. It can pass a method from a sequence, like I can say, if you take a train as an example, each bogie is each bogie is a different object. The method can pass from one bogie to another bogie. So that we will see the side by side, not only the parent child relation, the top to bottom approach. It can be side to side method call also. So I will show that tomorrow. So when I show that, that can be very clear for you. where we can use here we do not have implements keyword. Here we have a with. In a traits, we'll be using a with keyword for making use of the traits. So we can have a mix of abstract class and a traits both. For let's say I have a trait here. So my class dog or my class XYZ can use animal, and also it can be, it also can be something friend. So let me have a friend is a trait here. Let me have a trait friend. So you can have a trait by using with keyword. So we will see that tomorrow anyway. So we can also pass a trait to a method. We can also uh, pass a method from one class, one side by side classes, I want to say. So we will see that tomorrow, an example with the traits. Then this will be completed, and we'll be seeing a polymorphism is nothing but we have seen that method overloading and method overriding, and we'll be seeing encapsulation, that what we have seen yesterday with the Java beans, right? I think we can good to start with the collections. So tomorrow, once we complete the traits, we will be starting with the collections. Okay, so make sure that guys, the oops concepts, there are so many interview questions comes when you attend a Spark interview or Scala interview. Okay, that's it guys, that's it for today. If you guys have any doubt, please ask me, else we can leave for the day. Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, thank you guys who joined for 6:30.